2.
I think both these teams, you're not expecting to see losses on their schedule this early on, but talk about nationally ranked Mknnehaha Academy, just spotlight is always on them. They're playing some great teams throughout the year.
Opening tap controlled by Hopkins. Throwing Walton into the hands of Cornell Richardson. Back to Walton. And he'll hand it off to Andre Gray. Shot goes up, not good. Loose ball on the baseline and picked up by Keaton Johnson of Hopkins. Prince of Ligby into the front court.
Well, interesting, Prince of Ligby is actually starting out guarding Kerwin Walton. So some good size, good length on both sides of the both of these teams have it all over the floor.
There's Suggs with Walton on him. Backs off now on the dribble. Suggs looking in. Now will pop a three off the iron and rebounded by Walton. Leads it ahead for Najee off his hands though and corralled by Suggs in the corner. Turnover Hopkins down low and Najee with a steal. Steps into the passing lane. So back-to-back turnovers and it's back to Hopkins.
Maybe we still are watching football, John. Some touchdown throws long, both intercepted. So a couple early turnovers here.
Najee above the block on Johnson. Turn faces the basket, misses the baseline shot, and rebounded by Isaiah Davis.
Both of these teams really good on the defensive rebound. You can see it early. One shot, good box out, and at all 5 positions, there's length and height. And so you might get one good shot on them, but very rarely are you going to get offensive rebounds, especially against Mknnehaha Academy.
Ligby dish, shot goes up, and a foul on Davis. He'll go to the line for 2. Here's the starters for tonight's game. Prince of Ligby, Donovan Smith, Jalen Suggs, Keaton Johnson, and Isaiah Davis for Mknnehaha Academy. 2 seniors, 2 sophomores, and a junior. And for Hopkins, Walton Gray, Xavier White, Cornell Richardson, and Elvis Najee. 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore there.
Yeah, really one of the first times, John, that I can remember us doing a Hopkins boys game and not quite sure who all the starters were for Hopkins. Had to kind of learn a little bit more about them. So, but again, very talented. They're going to take some time to get where they want to go, but this is a good opening test for them.
Davis 1 out of 2. Little spin move shot up and in and a foul.
What a move.
Cornell Richardson with the basket. And he'll go to the line.
Well, I don't know if you could have defended it any better. Donovan Smith stayed in front of it, moved his feet, but look at that quick spin. And anytime you get that little reach in there, even if it's not a foul, it looks like a foul. And Cornell Richardson, who we've seen before playing for Osseo in years past, getting off to a great start. What a spin move.
In and out on the free throw and rebounded by Ligby.
I'm sure some of our viewers here are wondering where Chet Holmgren is, a big-time recruit here for Mknnehaha Academy.
One of the top recruits in the country in the junior class, dealing with a groin injury right now, and Coach Johnson said they're trying to get that healed up. You have to get Terry Lockett out. He's a D1 football guy who's dealing with a foot injury. He hasn't been able to play yet, so they've been not only not been able to get a full team together injury-wise, but again, the football issue, so many of these guys just trying to transition from one sport to the other.
Yeah, it's not easy to do it. Just the speed of the games are different, too. But Chet Holmgren, of course, got famous this summer by crossing over Steph Curry, which was pretty phenomenal. But he's turned into just a heck of a player, one of the top 2 recruits in the country for his class.
Oh, Najee with the finish off the dish from Kerwin Walton.
Oh.
We saw his brother have plenty of highlight reel dunks last year, especially for Hopkins, and great setup here.
Well, just a great job by Kerwin Walton being the playmaker and throwing it up. And how about the young sophomore Elvis going up and getting it? And how would you like to be the Najee family, having all that talent coming up? Of course, great daughter playing, your son playing at Arizona, and Elvis making his presence felt early.
Davis got fouled by Xavier White. That's his first, 3rd team foul. And so Davis back to the line. He's got both of the Red Hawk points so far. Second one is also good. And it's 4-3. Quickly ahead, Walton front court. Backs off on Ligby. Missed the shot. Najee fighting for it, but Suggs ends up with it. Jalen Suggs into the front court. Crossover up to the basket. He'll go to the line and go. He'll get two.
Well, two things right there. I thought Prince of Ligby did a great job of contesting that three. In his length, when you're able to get in, contest with that kind of length, it threw Kerwin Walton off. He was a little bit long on the shot. And Jalen Suggs, I think the best part of his game is what we just saw right there in transition. He's got great height for a guard, 6'5", but he's got excellent strength. And you can see how crafty he is with the ball and then able to get to the rim and use his body as well as anybody.
And so Suggs, averaging over 23 a game, gets his first two tonight. One of two and Walton almost traveled. Now it goes inside, and Suggs gets the block on Najee down low. And now we get a substitution here for Hopkins. Richardson had picked up two early fouls, and Jalen Tremont, 6'4" junior, number one, into the lineup.
But you can tell those are the kind of things defensively, your rotations, your help, that are normally off a little bit. But Mknnehaha Academy, great job rotating and covering the basket.
That one is good for White from the corner for a three. Hopkins back in front. Suggs down the line and puts it up and in for two.
And again, you see that body control. He's got that. He's quick enough to beat you with his first step, but then he's got that great body control, able to avoid a charge there and had the soft touch, able to finish.
Walton is fouled on his way to the basket.
That's the other thing for someone like Kerwin Walton, John. We saw him have a great season last year, but with Zeke Najee and some of the other talented players they had, I think he was able to fly a little bit under the radar. This year, everyone knows who he is. They know how great he is. He's going to get every team's best effort. He's got a heck of an athlete defending him tonight. He's going to have to work for his baskets.
Fouls on Caden Johnson, his first. Second team foul. Another shot from the corner. This one comes out for White and rebounded by Johnson. Smith, bounce pass to Ligby above the block. Skip pass across. Three-point try. Not good. That's a whistle on the baseline. Last shot by Demarion Watson Salisbury, 6'6" sophomore. He's in. Out of bounds play to the Red Hawks.
But you notice Hopkins has great length, but you notice how well the Red Hawks are boxing out on the other side of the floor. There is nobody in the paint trying to grab offensive rebounds. They are very good at boxing out. That's one thing really standing out.
Ligby's pass intercepted by Najee. Sawyer Shrake, number 20, into the lineup now for Hopkins. White gives it to Shrake, right corner. Walton. Najee. Out of contact, Suggs. Called for the block, trying to draw the charge.
Yeah. It was so sudden. I don't think it was that powerful of a move. I think if Jalen Suggs, you could see him acting right into it there. And I think if he had just played defense, make the youngster and Elvis Najee try to shoot over him, he'd be successful. But Hopkins trying to go to that matchup, maybe liking the height and the size that they have on that matchup down low.
4.5 minutes in, 7-5 Hopkins. Hope you're enjoying this one tonight on CCX. Walton pull up too strong off the glass, fight for the rebound. Wow, what a great offensive board. And Tremble puts it up and in.
Well, Tremble not at 6'4". He seems undersized in this game, but quick leaper, went up and got it. And I love how he went right back up. Didn't hesitate, went up strong, able to get a rare offensive rebound.
Ball here on Shrake defending Suggs on the wing. Look at that last play again.
Look at him fight for that, just rip it away, and then has the strength and the quick leaping ability to go right back up. That was impressive play. I wonder for early here, you can see with Kerwin Walton struggling a little bit in the half court. John, wondering if they can get him in transition before that defense sets up. He's such a great shooter. You want to get him a good look early on. He's really forcing the issue here early on, and you want to try to free up a scorer like that the best you can. I always like to get fouled. You get to the free throw line, that's a great way to kind of calm down and get that rhythm going.
There's a question on the number of team fouls or what the discussion is here. 5 on the board for Hopkins and 3 for Mknnehaha. I think the question is how many on Hopkins right now. And we're set for play again. Suggs to inbound. Oh, throws it away. And Tremble has it.
See, that's a great look right there. Trying to get Walton in a little transition there, but I'll tell you what, Prince of Ligby has had great defense so far.
White and Najee lost the ball out of bounds. Defended pretty well there by Chase Carter, big sophomore, 6'6" sophomore, and maybe he was looking at him as he was looking at the basket and just lost the basketball.
Well, Chase did a great job of rotating. That's a play, I think, with experience and strength. Elvis Najee's going to just grab it and go right up instead of trying to take that extra dribble.
Ligby has it knocked away. Redhawks get it back. This little fake though, and gets the shot up and in. His first basket tonight.
And I'd like to see him do that every single time he gets the ball. I'd like to see him even more aggressive because you can see what a great athlete and how great a touch his is too.
3-point shot, that won't go. And here comes Mknnehaha Suggs. Blocking foul. And whistled on Najee. It'll be a second.
And that would have been big because that would have been the second on Jalen Suggs had that been an offensive foul. So that's a big time play. But you can see Suggs, John, he puts so much pressure on your defense. And he's a great scorer, but he's also a great distributor, too. So you have to know where he is, and you also have to know where shooters are, too.
I like that he said something back to the Hopkins crowd right behind him. I don't know if it was like, you're not bothering me or what it was exactly, but he knows there are always, every game, people are going to be, the opposing teams are going to be after him, right?
And same
fans.
With football too. I covered the prep bowl that he played in, and you could see him talking to the other, the other team's fans too. He gets very interactive with them.
Another steal off an inbound for Hopkins. Another turnover for Mknnehaha. It's been a problem early on. Rising up and hitting the long two-pointer is Gray, his first basket tonight, and it's 11-9.
How about that? Gets the rebound coast to coast, but it wasn't forced, it wasn't pushed. He brought it to the middle, no one picked him up, and just kind of rose up. Nice in-rhythm shot, and he knocks it down.
Suggs explodes to the basket and one.
Oh, there's that explosiveness, that athleticism, and I'll tell you, as strong as he is, if you're going to foul him, here's a look at Gray's shot. You see how close he was to that three-point line, yeah. If you're going to foul Jalen Suggs, you got to make sure he can't get the shot off. You don't want to give him a three-point play opportunity.
Falls on Walton is first. Suggs' free throw is up and in. And he's got 7. And it's 12-11 Redhawks. Played just over 6 minutes here in the first half. Nice dribble, then ended up losing the ball, and then didn't mean to commit that foul, but definitely did on Suggs, and so that's 2 on Walton.
Yep. And I love how the Redhawks are defending him. They are, when there's a ball screen, you don't let a shooter or a scorer like that. You want to make him feel pressure, and every time there's a screen, whoever is getting screened is coming up, and they're jamming him, pressuring the ball. Nothing has been easy for him. And the worst thing you can do then is commit that kind of a foul. Number 1, that's his second foul. Number 2, you're putting an excellent free throw shooter on the line here early.
Suggs so far 4 out of 4 from the free throw line. You look at it again.
That's a great move, almost a great play. But right there, that's where you just got to let it go and try to get back on defense.
Suggs connects on both free throws. And the Red Hawks with their biggest lead of 3, 14-11. Shrink to try to tie it. And rebounded by Davis. And leave it for Suggs. A great size for a high school point guard, isn't it? A little trouble here for Davis. Skip pass, deep three by Jalen Suggs, not good. And it comes down to Richardson. Into the front court quickly. His pass intended for Shrake, broken up by Watson Salisbury and out of bounds.
Well, the thing I think that's been most impressive for me is Mknnehaha Academy's defense tonight. They've done a great job of making it difficult for Hopkins. That time you see great effort getting back, transition defense.
Richardson's pass, not by Suggs, about 6 rows deep up into the stands.
Oh, good help.
Stripped away and then picked back up. Gray, shot gets blocked by Salisbury. Mknnehaha with the ball. Quick pass ahead front court to Carter. Back to Suggs. Upping out on him, Tristan Lee, 24. In the corner, Gray knocked it away.
How about Salisbury? Only a sophomore, but at 6'6", another tremendously long, athletic player on defense. You can see they're contesting every one of Hopkins' shots. And defensively, too, I think Hopkins really moving well, not allowing easy post passes. Really, so far, I think it's been a very well-played defensive game.
Suggs for 3, definitely got that range. Hadn't hit one yet, but he knocks this one down.
Nice driving kick.
3 answered by Treble. He's got 5 points.
Yeah, a little spark here off the bench for him, and it much needed. Nice driving kick, too, by Richardson. He's got that quickness and speed. If he can make decisions like that, he's a very big asset for them.
Finney lost the ball in the lane. Back comes Gray the other way, and he gets fouled. Lance Johnson, 17th year as head coach of Mknnehaha Academy. 3 state championships in a row for the Red Hawks in 2A, and now they'll challenge De La Salle and others in 3A this season.
He's done a remarkable job. He's built a powerhouse here, and they've had a lot of talent. But I'll tell you what, everyone that says, well, if you got great talent, you should win. It's not that easy. You got to get kids with talent and egos to put that aside and play together and care about the common good of the team. And I think he's done that as well as anybody. Gray
knocks down both free throws. Back to within a point. Mknnehaha Academy here will take a full timeout. You look at Ken Novak Jr., 31st year as head coach. I saw him in the fall. He retired from teaching after last year. He's like, I didn't even realize what time of year it was. He's not back in the classroom, but we're really enjoying that, and gave up coaching tennis, but not giving up coaching basketball.
31 years, unbelievable. He's a staple in Minnesota high school basketball, and everything I just said about Lance Johnson for Mknnehaha Academy is equally, if not more, true for Ken Novak, and he just continues to do it. He continues to teach the game at a high level. He gets a lot of talent too, John, but I don't think anybody brings guys together and holds people accountable and gets the best out of his players like Coach Novak does. This just has a feel to almost like a collegiate game tonight, doesn't it? I mean, just the size and the physicality and the athleticism that we're seeing tonight, and great crowd for a cold Tuesday night here in December, and the energy in this building's been wonderful so far.
Not the sharpest game played, though. I mean, so far. I mean, a lot of fouls and turnovers.
Yeah, and I think if you're Hopkins, being down 1 with your best player, Kerwin Walton, having 0 points, I think you got to be pleased with that. had some guys come off the bench and give them a spark, and defensively they're competing on every possession too.
Johnson gives it up to Smith. Chase Carter. Back out high is Smith. Ball knocked away, but he gets it back.
You gotta be careful not
Almost
to
lost
foul,
the
yeah.
dribble. Now he did lose it. Shrake able to get it ahead to Lee into the front court. Free from the wing and comes up short for Gray. They hustle for the rebound, can't get it. Mknnehaha 3-on-1. Johnson back underneath, and he gets fouled. And Oligby will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, I thought Caden Johnson should have taken that one up. He said he left it for Oligby. A nice job by Oligby here, just going to get it. That's not a very easy pass to catch and going up strong. But I'll tell you what, if you're Hopkins, you want to, rather than give a layup, you want a hard foul. Make the Redhawks earn it at the free throw line.
First free throw is off for Oligby.
It's just, you look at Oligby, I mean, 6'6", probably about 200, 205 pounds, only a sophomore. I mean, he looks like a basketball player, doesn't he, John?
Got a great recruit out of the sophomore class, right?
But
Minnesota.
you think about Oligby being one of the top recruits in his class, Chet Holmgren, one of the top 1 or 2 recruits in his class, Jalen Suggs, of course, of this class. So they got an unbelievable amount of talent on that team.
1 out of 2 for Oligby, 2-point game. Nearing the halfway point.
When you fill it in with a couple of big-time football recruits, and you got a nice starting 5